Alright, so I'm gonna be building the rest of the desktop table today. I'm gonna be testing the weight resistance of the screen that I want to use. And what you're looking at is actually the front protective panel from a 50-inch television. The panel and the television the panel was good, but the set was bad, and the parts were so expensive it outweighed the cost of the television. So rather than doing any of that stuff, I just took it apart, scrapped it basically, and I ended up keeping the front screen. Alright, now the front screen is completely clear. It got this kind of film on it that make it a black tint. I kind of want to remove that black tint and see if it looks glassy or not, because I want the top of my desk to be see-through. So I'm gonna try to use this for the top of the desk, but that's dependent upon the weight resistance, which we about to test that by putting some. I'm gonna put 150-pound weight and see what happens. And if it don't break from that, maybe I add another 50-pound weight and see what happens. Let's go for it. That's 50 pounds right there. All right, let me turn it so y'all can see it. Okay, that's 50 pounds on there right now. I'm gonna center it first to see if it can hold the 50 pounds in the center. £50 weight number 2. I'm gonna sit it close to it. And now that we got we did the weight test, and I gotta say, the weight test was an absolute success. I couldn't be more ecstatic that this baby can hold a staggering 100 pounds in the center. Wow, man. A discovery has been made. Now let's see if we can dominate on this opportunity to actually create something that's never been created before. Nobody never used this for what I'm finna use it for. This is a first. When I post this tutorial, if you watch it, you should theoretically be able to build a computer desk at your house. Alright, and I'm gonna show y'all the pros and cons of why this is more efficient than a computer desk, than an actual case itself. Alright, I'm finna crush the regular cases, because I'm sick of people saying that cases are best. I disagree completely and wholeheartedly. The performance of your PC, the temperatures of your PC, the appearance of your PC, it's all better. It's all better, alright, out of the case. It just is. Okay? How many of y'all got a motherboard with a design on the back and you can't even see it? Alright, you got a design on the back of your motherboard that nobody will ever even lay eyes on. That might not matter to some people, but it mattered to me. You know what I'm saying? I paid all that money for it. When I want to show it off, I want them to be able to admire the back and front of my motherboard. I want them to be able to admire the clean the cable management, the time that you put into it. And that's the only way to do it. That's not going to happen stuffed in some box, some computer coffin. Computers want to live, and I'm trying to give them freedom, God damn it. So today, that's what we gonna do. Because this depth calculation is almighty. This motherboard need to literally be down exactly enough to not touch the glass. Like I almost literally want it to, I want the motherboard, the video card, and the cooler to almost touch the top of the glass. You know what I'm saying? I want it to look almost like it's coming a little bit more and it to be busting through it. You know what I'm saying? That's how close I want it to be. So I'm gonna have to get these pipes pretty exact. I think I may have to bust out the old tape measure. Because nobody don't want to sit to the left or right of your table. You want to sit in the center of your table. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to sit in the center of the table, if I lower the motherboard right there, theoretically when you slide your chair up, the computer gonna be right over the top of your lap. So I gotta figure out some kind of way to make this comfortable, to make this where that when you slide under the table, it ain't never in your way. Piece of acrylic sheet you see is what I have it mounted to currently. and it's really thick acrylic sheet. Like I spared no expense. You know, it's for my computer, so I wanted to get something that was sturdy and strong. So I bought the sturdiest, strongest acrylic sheet they had, and I found the proper method to drill the appropriate holes in it that was perfect. I mean, I know I'm lucky to pull it off, but I actually got the studs and everything mounted into it properly. Alright, so all of the motherboard studs went in position perfectly. You know, you only get one chance. That's the catch with acrylic sheet. When you want to put screws in it, you only get one try. Meaning if the screw don't go in right the first try, you can't use the hole again. Alright, so the top of the table and the board beneath it needs 6 inches between the two at least to support the 980 Ti Amp Extreme. So we got room for the phone, we got room for that, we got the laptop, the monitor, or the screen will be here. So then the motherboard will sit about here. Alright, so that's where I want my motherboard to be placed. Right there in that position. Now, luckily for me, due to it being on that acrylic sheet was a favor for real. Now the only hope is that it's a way to mount this piece of wood properly with the right amount of spacing in between the two. If you can see, I got the layout of it done now. I'm only attaching, I'm getting ready to put the cradle on for the motherboard. Well, I'm building the cradle for the motherboard now. Okay, so this is the piece I'm using. I like this piece because number one, it's already black, and I like the design, the shape of the wood. I think that's gonna look nice. And what these gonna end up being the studs that's gonna hold this at 6 inches. So I should be able to easily fit, you know, 1, 2, 3 screws in at the top, and then I'm gonna do 3 screws from the side. Cool. And I take this piece of wood and I'm gonna cut it right there. Alright, and what I'm shooting for is 6 inches. So I need to mark that at 6 inches, and I'm gonna try to get a straight cut across at 6 inches. Alright, that's the next step. And the reason I say 6.5 is because it's better to cut bigger than it is to cut smaller. Meaning if you make a cut that's too big, you know, meaning if I ain't happy with the height, I can always lower it. What you don't want to do is cut too small where you need a whole new piece of wood. Alright, so now these four pieces gonna act as a support for the cradle below to hold. Alright, y'all are gonna see what I mean in a minute, because I'm gonna do the cradle next. I'm gonna take all 4. Alright, I'm gonna take the wood and I'm gonna lift it. Wait, because I want them to do the other side. Alright, I want them like this, but I want them up here. That's alright. I don't need that one to be solid. I just need to get at least one in, and then I could, you know, put more screws in as I go along. Alright, so right there we got the basic part down. Alright, that ain't the last of the screws I'm gonna put in it. You know, that was just to get it, you know, get it all. I'm actually gonna have to move the back ones anyway, because I forgot that since this piece of wood is longer than the TV, it's actually not gonna sit like that. You get it? Like I'm gonna have to move these two up, because this back part's gonna end up getting cut off, I believe. So far, I got this the cradle that I got on there, right? Okay. And now I went around the cradle. I hit it with 4 screws from the top. Now I hit it with 4 screws at the bottom. That's so far. Now I ain't happy with that. I'm gonna secure that with 2 more screws on the bottom, 2 more screws, like on the sides. But what happened is it turned out, like I said, this frame that I'm drilling through is actually metal. I thought it was, considered it for a TV, it would have been plastic. But I guess it was a better quality TV than I realized, because it's all metal. So that turned out to be a huge benefit. Now, and from what you can see, that this right here is the cradle, all right. So this now it's on there, right? For the most part, since this part longer than the table is, I kind of want to cut this part off. Like I want to make it even with what the table would be. You ready, Rex? Dinner time. I ain't draw no lines, no nothing. That's just even Steven. I just kind of went with it and had faith in Rex, and Rex did not let me down.
Who came up with that? Even Steven.
Oh, I don't know. I guess some guy named Steven. I don't know.
You really think this came from somebody that actual name was Steven? Or do you think it was from somebody?
His name had
talking about Steven.
I think his name had to be Steven. I think somebody was like, "Yeah, me and Steven even," and somebody was like, "Hey, that's a good one. We even Steven," and then they just start saying it. So right now I'm drilling through the metal frame for screws to add more support to the cradle. Alright, I'm drilling here. You see this is all metal, so that's why it's taking some time to even get it done. Hopefully this one will work. Flip this thing over. And now we begin the leg design. Tell you, I'm the first one ever in the world to try to create a computer desk out of an old television. And let me tell you, so far, I'm actually astounded at the results, man. Number one, the magnification that you get from here. Let me angle the camera a little more so you can see the top. But the reflection, the magnification that you get from the old television lens is incredible, man. Wait till y'all see what it look like when I put the computer underneath it in that cradle. This is actually for the computer layout, so we're almost there though. So what I did is I made this the power button. Alright, so that's the TV button, that's the power button. I made this one for fan control, the input button, and I made the volume button for LED control. Oh no, the input button for LED control, and the volume buttons is the ones that's for fan control. Remember, the first thing I was telling you about was that magnification. Alright, and I actually compared this to acrylic sheet, because I got some acrylic sheet that I was going to use originally. Here's some of it that's left. And I bought really thick acrylic sheet too. And when I compare the magnification of the acrylic sheet to that of the TV, I don't know if you can see that, but it actually gets smaller through the acrylic sheet. If you can see that little white speck, it gets bigger when I remove it, and it gets smaller when I put the acrylic sheet. The acrylic sheet actually makes the image smaller, and the TV does the opposite. The TV makes the image bigger. Alright, and that kind of glass only come on the TV. It's like a polarized lens. And here, I'm gonna show you something else pretty cool. One of the catches, one of the weird things, can you see that? Yeah, you gotta kind of, I haven't finished peeling it all off, but you actually gotta peel off some of that, the reflective coat. Here. Alright, you see this that I'm peeling off right there? That's actually more of the reflective tint that's on top of the TV. That's why you see that black in some places that I haven't peeled it off yet. Alright, but this is what's part of the effect. This is what gives it the offset color. This is what magnifies the picture. So I kept what magnifies the picture, and I eliminated the polarization. This is why I got this. This looked way bigger than it actually is underneath. It's like looking through a magnifying glass. That is the coolest part about the whole artistry of it all. If you look over here in the top corner, that's the symbol. You know, one of the symbols of what it used to say. And that kind of stuff I ain't sure if I want to cover. Alright, so I'm gonna peel this back just a little bit to get it started. I just want to try to just hit the front panel only. Okay, so that's the carbon fiber I just put on it. So as you can see, it do help the table a lot with that look. You know, it would probably look better if you left the artistic trait of the TV, you know, the rustic part of it alone, you know, meaning the TV panel. So we decided to actually go with the black, and if you can see what I mean here, check it out. With the black, alright, well, see, that's how I did the buttons when I said they look like pirate ship screws now. I kind of pushed the air bubbles to make them all rounded so that they all look the same size. Alright, and then when you go up to the gray, that's what I'm talking about, because they got that black bar on the TV, so now it's black, gray, it kind of looks cool that way. And, you know, I'm going to do the rest of it like that too, so it won't just be this part, all of it will be like that. So now I'm going to try to hit this one. I'm just going to peel that off, right? It'll go like this, up and under, alright, like that. Okay. Alright, so I peeled off the first half. I'm going for this spot. Now I gotta just line them up. And then that'll be the other leg done.
Looking for that real chick, hoping that God did plan that. I'm scared about time, and I've been scared about money, cause they keep saying it's mine. Show me, should show me.
Underneath, you know, here I'll show y'all how it's open real quick. Hold up, this is gonna be kind of hard, but we're gonna go on a little adventure. Okay, so bear with me. All right, so if you can see through the front here, you know, most of the dust gonna get blown out here, right? And then from the side, since the computer's still open, it's not actually closed. You know, you see how I can stick y'all in there? All right. And so being able to do it like this, the dust stayed pretty low, actually. Those GPU cables actually touch the top. Alright, so what I need is I actually need flat GPU cables. I might have to see how much they cost and if I can get some. But I need flat GPU cables so that they don't touch the top. Then I'll be able to slide it out. I'm going to show y'all the bottom one more time in case you missed the bottom. Alright, that's the inside. Alright. That's the inside of it. Alright. And then this one you on the bottom. Alright. And you need the flashlight though to see that. Alright. Like that. See? And it's like that all the way back. I ain't skimped it. That's the radiator. Power supply. Actually, I could do light from the top or the bottom if I wanted. That's cool.